approach Tallahassee, and that sort of has left this swath of rain showers stretching from the Gulf of Mexico up through Jacksonville into the Savannah, Georgia area. But that is also behind this cold front, we have this large swath of clouds, a few showers developing out ahead of that front. But once the front passes through, and it'll start passing through tomorrow, tonight 60 degrees, rain showers possible, sun setting by the end of this show. But one more day of rain when we will see the sun next, and a look at your weekend forecast coming up later on the show. But for now, FSU weather starts now.
It's another soggy drive home tonight, isn't it, Tallahassee? Good evening. I'm student meteorologist Zach Richards.
And I'm student meteorologist Zach Law. And we've had a very dreary day, like cloud cover all day long, showers in the night, and then a little drizzle as we were walking into the studio.
Right, yeah, it's still continuing out there right now. Not actively raining, I don't think, on campus. At least it wasn't a couple of minutes ago, but it looks like it could at any time. So,
yeah, the Panhandle region had that band of showers move through. It started about 9 o'clock whenever we were leaving the basketball game last night, and then it just came down.
I'll tell you, it was good sleeping last night. I left the window cracked open 2 or 3 inches. I'm sure many of you at home did the same with the mild temperatures and the rainfall. I slept really well, and of course I didn't want to wake up very well this morning, but
And no, it wasn't severe. There was no lightning or thunder, just very, very heavy rain. I know the National Weather Service recorded about 2 inches of rain last night that came through, and it was definitely enough to put the power out at my apartment. Power went out for a little bit, maybe 2-3 hours last night. So
right, yeah. So unfortunate for that, but glad everything else is pretty good. And I haven't heard any other reports of anything too bad happening. But we really needed that rainfall. We've been in a pretty dry state for the past couple of months in Tallahassee. Really, we're behind on rainfall. So.
And we might have a few more showers sticking around the area, maybe moving their way in and out, but nothing too severe. And that's going to be working its way down I-10 more towards Jacksonville over the next several hours.
Yeah, slowly making its way to the south and the east. So. Yeah, tonight in Tallahassee, I wouldn't expect anything to be too crazy, but we'll talk about what's coming up in the future on the show. Thankfully, not that much in the way of rainfall.
And just to give a sneak peek, we do have a cooler temperature trend coming into the area. 32 looking at as a low later this week.
Yeah, so we're not quite to spring yet. We've had a few tastes of spring, summer on its way, but winter will not give up without a fight.
Yeah, so will this be the last time we're looking at the 30s in Tallahassee? We're not really sure. I'm hoping really so. Sure. Not really a cold weather person.
Yeah, I kind of thought our last ballot was going to be our, our big one, our last chance, but we're going to take it to the wall now with Dylan. He's going to give us a little more details with the Southeast, see what's in our future.
My mic is back. Thanks, everybody. Well, Mardi Gras looking like great conditions in New Orleans for now. Tallahassee is still seeing a bit of the clouds. Most of the rain concentrated to the eastern portion of our viewing area into Jacksonville and Charleston. Behind the front, though, clearer conditions, 51 degrees in Little Rock. Looking at the dew points, that's where you see a little more well-defined front. You see these nice moist dew points ahead of the front, 69 degrees here in Tallahassee. 38 in Little Rock. So you do see that stark change in the dew points, and you see the frontal boundary kind of situated east of Atlanta right now and west of Tallahassee. We do see a lot of moisture ahead of that front, allowing for the possibility of some thunderstorms to fire up. Looking at the winds, you do see this trend of the counterclockwise motion where you have the northerly winds in Little Rock and Tupelo become more of a westerly component in Montgomery and then southerly in Tallahassee, amplifying the moisture ahead of the frontal boundary and giving the possibility for some stronger storms. And we do see the frontal boundary situated just west of Tallahassee. A lot of the rain situated ahead of the front, not on the front, not behind it, really ahead into the parts of Jacksonville and South and Central Florida as well, seeing a bit of rain for now. Behind it, though, there are some snow and showers lingering. High pressure will move in a little bit, take hold more of the southeast than other areas. We do see this nice line of clouds clearing out behind that kind of clear area. There is some lingering rain, though, back into Dallas and parts of Arkansas as well. But most of the rain, again, situated into the part of Florida, down into Lake City and Jacksonville. But clouds are still sticking around for now. And as we go into today's storm outlook, you do have that possibility of some thunderstorms. Nothing too crazy, but a possible lightning strike. Some hail is possible As we get into tomorrow, though, we do see a lot of the storms kind of move off and move into central Florida. Even parts of North Carolina seeing a bit of rain, and down behind the front, do have some mixture possible, very unlikely, into Arkansas. But again, some lingering showers behind this frontal boundary. Even though you'll see the relief in the temperatures and the relief in the dew points, you will see some slight rain chances sticking around. And with that, tomorrow you do have a marginal risk for the weather outlook into central Florida, into the Orlando and Tampa area. Out into Raleigh and West Virginia, or into Virginia, you also have that marginal, but thunderstorms are still likely for both of these areas with that increased moisture and the possibility of a shower or two. Going into tomorrow's temperatures, we do have tonight's temperatures. The front inches its way eastward, though that lingering rain will not make it feel comfortable in Little Rock and Tupelo, 38 and 43. Here in Tallahassee, cooling off just a bit, but not seeing the relief yet as the front has not made its way through, 61 degrees. And tomorrow's forecast, looking at the front moving farther eastward, some clearing conditions and cooling down here in Tallahassee. Now let's send it over to Chris for a local look.
Thank you, Dylan. As we're going to go take a look at our Doak Campbell Stadium cam, there's not any bit of sunshine in the sky, so I had to bring a little bit of sunshine with my outfit today. Getting a closer look at our national view, you can see there's this stationary front as well as this cold front. That's what gave us that little bit of rainfall we had earlier today, as well as what was going on last night. That's going to be sticking around as we're taking a closer look. That front is going to slowly inch by. We had a little bit of pop-up showers today, but nothing nearly as heavy as what happened last night. So we're going into our temperatures. Right now is a comfortable 69 degrees right now in Tallahassee. There's actually, it's not cloudy up in Bainbridge, which would be fantastic, but you have a little bit of some storms in Perry. Our dew point temperatures, though, we have very high moist dew points, and that's because of we have this southerly flow ahead of that cold front that is adding a lot of moisture into the air, which is still keeping those rain chances around into tomorrow. Over the next 24 hours, Wednesday, it's not going to be too bad. About 1:30 a.m. tonight into tomorrow, but around 5 o'clock, you can see this rain band start to form, coming up out of the south from the counterclockwise rotation of the low pressure. But tonight's gonna have rain possible, 60 degrees, got some possible showers, sunset. It's not, you're gonna want to have your umbrella out tonight. May not be the most pleasant nights for a walk. However, tomorrow we're gonna warm up to about 70 degrees. It's going to be the last day for rain actually coming in. It's going to be shaping up to be a marvelous week, quite frankly. Got winds coming from the north-northwest as once that cold front pushes through, we're going to have that northerly flow come in and bring us some lower temperatures. As we're going to see, this 15-degree temperature drop from Wednesday's high into Thursday high of only 55 degrees on Thursday. It's going to be a little bit chilly Thursday, especially going Thursday night into Friday. It's going to drop all the way down to 32 degrees. That is freezing point temperatures. There's a chance we might see a little bit of frost. However, that is unlikely. This weekend's also shaping up to be a fantastic weekend to go outside, enjoy some outdoor activities. And look at this. All our Mondays for the past few weeks have been rainy, not that pleasant, but this Monday, it's going to be partly cloudy, I would say partly sunny, but for now, we're going to actually pass things off to Sloan with a video.
Today, I'm taking us to a new field, quite literally, by interviewing the Batgirls in this week's FSU Weather crossover segment. I met with Maddie Daunt and Lindsay Gallo, who told me about their experiences as Batgirls, an organization that lives and breathes baseball all year, especially when it's in season. Here, Maddie's going to give us a breakdown of what the Batgirls do.
So we have a couple different rules depending on what position that you're in. So there's positions for dugout, lines, and then front and back programs. So front and back programs do more of the selling or marketing aspect of baseball, and we sell buttons, programs, we give away anything that they made on the marketing side. And then left and right line usually does like foul balls, stuff like that. And then in home and visitor dugout, we give the umpire balls, we do the bats, and then we do foul balls, anything like that that goes back there is our territory to get and just kind of make the game run smoother.
Being a Batgirl comes with great responsibility, as Maddie just mentioned, but it's well worth it. The ladies tell me what it means to be a Batgirl to them.
For me, it's just about being on a organization on Florida State's campus and being part of something bigger than myself. I'm a sport management major, so it's really exciting to be in the middle of a sports program like baseball.
So I personally love being a Batgirl, and what it means to me is kind of this whole community aspect of it, because while we do go to FSU, and that in itself is like the collegiate aspect in community, we find people that go to Florida State from 50 years ago and they come here and they'll tell us about it, and I just really like that. And overall, just feeling the warmth of coming into the stadium and people wanting to talk to us and tell us those things, or asking what we're doing, and like us asking what they're doing in life, just kind of the whole community. That's what it means to me, and that's why I love it, and that's why I've stayed around for so long.
And they'll have stories for a lifetime from their unique experiences at FSU.
Some of the away teams don't have Batgirls, so they get their own bats a lot and they kind of forget we're there. And one time a player picked up the bat and chucked it behind him, not realizing I was right there, and I stuck it out and caught it like an actual superhero like Batman, and that's probably like my most exciting memory of Batgirls.
And here's how you can stay up to date with the Batgirls.
So one thing that I feel like people don't realize, since it's more of a spring sport, is that they think that Batgirl tryouts are going to be in the spring, but we actually do them around September, October time. So I would say if you are interested in being in Batgirls, to look out for us on like the Facebook, FSU Batgirls, or the Instagram, which is FSU Batgirls.
The Batgirls have a bond that is unique to their organization as well as Florida State. Thanks for watching. With FSU Weather, I'm student meteorologist Sloan Haynes. As always, go Noles.
And we're back on the wall out here, and we're looking at that national forecast, and we're seeing a little bit of everything today. We do have some snow in Chicago, and even down in Central Florida, we might be seeing some thunderstorms, rain dominating the southeast. So there's a lot to be talking about today as we look through our temperature map. And let's start with the temperatures. 31 degrees in Bismarck right now, a little bit below freezing, and a lot of these temperatures we're going to start to see change and drop over the next few days, especially in the southeast as the frontal systems are pushing through. And even in Florida, we might be dropping into the 30s for later this week. Right now, our dew points are showing where the dry air is and where the moisture is, and obviously the moisture is going to be pushing off that Gulf, and that's where we're seeing all those rain showers in the southeast, all that Gulf moisture pushing in. And then out more towards the west, we're seeing very, very dry air. Even Albuquerque, look at that, a dew point of negative 13 degrees there. So very, very dry air in the southeast, or the Midwest and the Rocky Mountain region. But we're going to look at our feels like temperatures as a result of these dew points. So out here in the Rockies, Denver, feeling like 8 degrees, definitely some wind chill there, no humidity in the air. Bismarck, who we pointed out earlier, it was at 31 actual temperature. They're feeling a little bit cooler, feels like 27 in Bismarck right now. So the big picture right now is showing all sorts of low pressure systems across the southeast, and we do have that front, and we can see where that band of rain is pushing out that came through Tallahassee last night. And then out more towards the west, we have high pressure dominating the region over here. Very clear skies, clear conditions there, cool temperatures in the Rockies as a result. But right now we're going to look more at the southeast, and this is what's been moving through our area. Last night, Tallahassee recorded a little over 2 inches of rain, and that was within about 3 hours of rainfall, so very impressive heavy rain, but not a lot of thunder or lightning associated with it. But that might start to change whenever it gets to more towards Central Florida around Orlando. They do have some chance for thunder showers into the night and into tomorrow there. But out more towards the Rocky Mountains, Denver, where it's feeling very cold, we can actually see a little bit of snow that's falling around the Denver area and in the Colorado region. But clear conditions out towards Salt Lake City, no clouds to speak of, where high pressure is dominating that region there. And then the northeast, this is where we're going to have our big snow event for the weekend. Already seeing a little bit of snow in Chicago right here as well, and some rain for most of the northeast that might be forecasted to become snow later into the forecast period. But we're going to look at the next 48 hours, and this low pressure system is going to sort of dominate the region and push out all that rain with the front, and we can see that snow really building up in the Great Lakes region, and that's going to be the story for the northeast. Some snow to be looking out for in the Chicago and Great Lakes region there, and some rain more for the southeast. And for tomorrow, we do have a marginal risk around Virginia and northern North Carolina for some thunderstorms, but we're going to look at those temperatures before we hand it off for tonight. And 61 in Tallahassee, rain continuing to move through, and maybe a thunderstorm or two in Tampa for tonight, 68 degrees there. But let's hand it off to Zach with a look at the local forecast.
Yeah, thanks, Zach. I appreciate that. You know, like I said, a lot of things have been going on around the country. Here tonight, it's 69 degrees. You have that soggy drive home. It's not the best conditions. If only we could get that rain to go away, right? Like I said, you got those isolated thunderstorms around, the showers and storms. Still got that south-southeast wind. It's feeling moist out there. It's feeling juicy. It's the air you can wear, as you like to say. Current conditions, it's kind of scattered all around right now. The heaviest rain is off to our south and east. Not too much going on right now. Down towards I-75, the 75 corridor going south, you're going to encounter some of those showers this evening. Right now in Tallahassee, like I said, 69, 70 up towards Quincy. Bainbridge says that the sun is out. If that is true, you guys are lucky. You're in for one fantastic sunset and perfect conditions to observe it. Perry, 67 tonight, still got those showers lingering around. The dew points, as you notice, they're pretty much the same as the temperatures, and that's indicating that those humidity values are in the 80 to 90% range. This is oppressive humidity. As soon as you step outside, you're going to feel this. It feels like you're in the jungle, feels like you're in a sauna. It's not the most pleasant experience. So we have those showers and thunderstorms gently pushing off to the south and the east. They're not too bad. We have a couple of rounds. As we get into the day tomorrow, probably nothing too heavy, but we can't rule out, like I said, there's scattered showers and thunderstorms. So we're getting into the tonight, 60 degrees. We got those rain showers possible. We had that sun setting just at the end of our show here. And like I said, keep on the lookout for those showers. Keep that umbrella handy. As we get into okay, the day ahead tomorrow, it's going to be noon. It's going to be we're going to have some showers at 65 degrees. 3 p.m. tomorrow, getting around to that high of 70, and that's where we should expect to top out, somewhere around that 70-degree mark, keeping that chance of those rain showers around. And then as we get into the evening, the front is going to get closer, and those temperatures, they're just going to drop. As we get into the next week or so, we're going to get into that forecast. But yeah, tomorrow, baseball, 6 o'clock, it's 55 degrees tomorrow. Like I said, play ball, we're looking for that Seminole victory. It looks like a beautiful evening at the ballpark. And of course, we have that 7-day forecast. Now, I'm just going to step back here for a second, look at the 7-day. We have 1 day of rain to get through. If you guys can get through another 24 hours of rain, it's a stellar looking week. We do have a little bit of cool weather as we get here into Thursday at 55. 32 for that overnight, so that's a little chilly. You know, we thought we were done with those freezing kind of temperatures. Hopefully this is our last round at those freezing temperatures. But yeah, as we get into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I mean, look at the weekend. There's no chance of rain. There's bright, sunny, clear skies out there. I mean, you really couldn't ask for much nicer. And Monday and Tuesday, we're looking into next week. Finally, no rain to start off the week. We're looking at 68 degrees in the sun, 73 and sun and clouds, and that is my gift to you, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. We're going to pass things off to the desk with Chris and Tyler.
Thank you, Zach. With all the rainfall we've had recently, riddle me this, Tyler. What's the rainiest city in the U.S.?
I would say Seattle, but the information that we've gathered might say otherwise, actually. So the Olympic Mountains act as a rain shadow for the city of Seattle, which gets about 37.4 inches of rain per year.
That is quite a bit of rain. That's actually over 3 feet of rain, actually.
And so this is a lot of rain, but cities like New York City and Miami actually see more rain. New York City gets up to about 50 inches of rain per year, and Miami gets up to about 62 inches of rain per year. So Seattle actually has the most rainiest days. It rains the most days per month per year, but the rain they see isn't quite as heavy as other cities, so they don't accumulate quite as much rain as New York City and Miami. So it may be known as the rainy city, but that's not necessarily true.
Well, it's raining the most there, so you could say it's the rainy city that way, but it wouldn't necessarily be the rainiest city if you're counting the amount of rain that actually accumulated.
So we can really go either way with that one. And then another city that everyone looks at as an iconic city, Chicago, the Windy City. Also there, not necessarily the windiest city now, is it, Chris?
Yeah, it is not actually the windiest city. Dodge City, Kansas is the windiest city. Based off of average wind speed, they get around 13.9 miles per hour.
And some other windy cities include Honolulu and Oklahoma City and Boston as well. Those cities are all windier than Chicago as well. So I think we can safely say that Chicago being the windy city, that myth is busted here on FSU Weather. But now we're going to pass things off to Jonathan with a look at Florida.
Thanks, Tyler and Chris. Unfortunately, we are not busting any records right now across the Florida region, but we're going to go ahead and look at this rather interesting live cam shot over Panama City Beach, where you will notice there are various layers of clouds associated with this cold front system we have moving through. And that cold front is pretty defined across the entire country, and you'll really notice that that cold front is situated over Panama City right now, and the rain is a little bit ahead of it. It's stretching from the Gulf of Mexico up through Jacksonville and up to Savannah, Georgia, and this system is going to be producing most of the weather across Florida for the next few days. And these layers of clouds, you can really see them on the satellite, where you sort of have these upper level wavy clouds and then the more thin cirrus clouds above that, and those layers were visible on that camera. But for right now, we're going to take a look at the temperatures, and we're going to play our forecaster Zach Richards' favorite game, Spot the Cold Front, and you might think it's going to be in Gainesville and Jacksonville due to those two cities having the lowest temperatures in Florida right now. But the cold front is actually right here where we have this more steep dew point gradient. Those temperatures are lower in Gainesville and Jacksonville as a result of the showers that are situated over that area. And in our futurecast, you're going to be able to see those showers progress through the Florida region. Eventually, you're going to see some storms develop around Tampa and Orlando, and those storms tomorrow could be a bit severe. But for right now, tonight's low forecast, Tampa and Orlando, and southward you could see thunderstorms. A little bit to the north of that in Tallahassee, Jacksonville, and Gainesville, we have some showers. But here's that storm outlook we were talking about tomorrow, where your I-4 corridor, the nuisances you will see tomorrow, it's more than just the I-4 eyesore. You could see some scattered hail, maybe a few gusty winds, possibly a brief isolated spin-up tornado, but the chances of that are rather low as we only have a marginal severe storm outlook. But for your next few days in Miami, notice the temperature change from Wednesday into Thursday in all of these cities. Miami, you're going to go from 85 to 70, dropping 50 degrees, but that 70 degrees in Miami is going to be one of the warmest temperatures in the country after this cold front passes through. Tampa, a very similar story, but I do want to tell our viewers in Tampa to go ahead and keep an eye out for any storms tomorrow in case they do become severe. 90% chance, but look at that temperature difference in Tampa. That is almost 20 degrees after the cold front passes through. Whereas in Orlando, you do have a 20-degree difference from 82 to 62, also with a chance of thunderstorms on Wednesday. Jacksonville, you don't have that chance of thunderstorms due to the cold front pushing through a little bit earlier before the atmosphere can get set up. But you do have rain showers, 90% chance, and temperatures are going to be a bit cooler in Jacksonville. Moving on to Pensacola, 64 for your high on Wednesday. The cold front has already moved through, but beautiful conditions, not a rain in sight. So I'm going to go ahead and pass things off on to Tyler to take a look at Tallahassee and see if your Fat Tuesday celebration plans might be jeopardized by rain.
Thank you, Jonathan. Here in Tallahassee, going to take a look at that almanac real quick. Today, our high temperature was 73 degrees, just 3 degrees higher than our average, still way off from our record high of 84 degrees. And our low temperature, 65, that's actually way above average for us right now. We're going to see that temperature dip down as this cold front here starts to move through Tallahassee. Right now, just ahead of Tallahassee, still bringing some rain for us. And as it passes through and start to cool us down, it's going to start to move a little bit slower now. So we're going to still see some rain on Wednesday, but as we move into Thursday, going to look a lot greater for us. So let's zoom into Tallahassee now. Still seeing some scattered showers moving throughout the region, but most of the rain is associated to our east now, but still widespread cloud coverage for all of the Big Bend right now. And if we take a look at those temperatures, Tallahassee at 69 degrees right now, Quincy getting up to 70, really all throughout the region. We have fairly uniform temperatures, with that coldest spot being Perry at 66 degrees right now. They're still seeing some rain move through their region as well. And those dew points are fairly high as well. Tallahassee with that dew point of 69 degrees, very muggy conditions, so not feeling great outside right now, and the rain's not really helping things either. But once again, we're still going to have that beautiful rest of the week to look forward to if we can just get past this rain now. And this southerly flow from the Gulf of Mexico is what's bringing a lot of moisture into our region. All of that water situated over the Gulf of Mexico just getting brought in by that wind. Tallahassee having winds at 8 miles per hour, Perry at 13 miles per hour. As we get a little bit further north, so winds calm down a little bit in Valdosta with winds at 5 miles per hour. So over the next 24 hours, we're going to see some cloud coverage as we get into Wednesday morning. We're going to start to see those rain chances pick back up as we go throughout Wednesday afternoon, and then really we're going to be in the clear after we get through Wednesday evening. So once we get through there, Thursday's going to look much better. But for tonight, 60 degrees is our low. Rain showers still possible. That sunset going to be happening right whenever our show ends, around 6:33 p.m. And then looking into tomorrow, 70 degrees for our high, a rainy day ahead. Still going to want to pack that umbrella and that rain jacket as well. So let's take a look at our 7 days now. Wednesday, once again, that rainy day, but Thursday and Friday looking a lot better with those colder temperatures and sunny skies. Thursday with a high of 55 degrees and Friday with a high of 60 degrees. And if we look at that low temperature for Friday morning, 32 degrees, we actually get down to freezing, but don't expect any snow here in Tallahassee. That is definitely not going to happen despite getting down to those freezing temperatures. Saturday and Sunday, we're going to start to see things warm up once again, going to keep those sunny skies around. And then once we get into Monday and Tuesday, going to look even better. Monday, high of 68 degrees and sunny. And then Tuesday, getting back into the 70s, 73 degrees with the sun. A little bit more cloud coverage there. But now we're going to pass things off to our final desk with Dylan and Jonathan.
Thank you very much, Tyler. And today, being Mardi Gras, you're wearing the beads. Chris Knoll was wearing the suit.
What an outfit from Chris Knoll earlier tonight.
Yeah, it's also National Pancake Day, fun fact, because of Fat Tuesday.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's
There's
called,
a correlation
Yes,
there.
there is
Oh.
actually. It's actually called Shrove Tuesday. It's a holiday usually celebrated in Europe. So it corresponds to people eating pancakes. But over in Europe, they don't eat regular pancakes. They eat kind of like a crepe kind of a thing.
Okay, that makes
for
sense.
Shrove
But
Tuesday.
you can go and get your free pancakes at some of our local restaurants.
Yeah, the parades happen in New Orleans today. Great conditions for that.
I do want to mention, though, Mardi Gras is actually originated in the United States in Mobile, Alabama.
Really?
And some of our alumni that work there have been having a blast on their
Really?
social media past week. But
What?
it's Mobile, Alabama started it, not New Orleans.
Gotcha. Well, we learned two different things today here on the desk, and absolutely great conditions are expected to come. Not tomorrow, but on
Yes.
Tuesday, on
So
Thursday.
if you did have Fat Tuesday plans in Tallahassee, they're probably going to get rained out, unfortunately.
Yeah, you might want to make them Fat Thursday plans because that seems like a better
Thursday,
idea.
weather's good. Sun is back.
Yeah, definitely. A little colder. Might want to pull out the jacket. Might be our last kind of oomph of cold air for the season. We'll see.
Could be, but temperatures are going to be fairly mild. Light jacket weather, you're not going to need a parka, most likely.
No, but if you want to keep up with us on social media, see how things are, follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/FSU Weather.
You can go ahead and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/FSU Weather.
We're also live on YouTube again on youtube.com/FSU Weather. Check us out there or our old broadcasts.
And you can always follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather. And we love to post your sunset pictures, pictures of anything else that you see interesting weather related. Just go ahead and submit those to us and they might be featured on our social media.
Yeah, but from all of us here at FSU Weather, I'm student meteorologist Dylan Leaf.
And I'm student meteorologist Jonathan Marcus.
Have a great Mardi Gras and enjoy your day. Stay inside while it rains just a bit.
Yes.